What's going on, guys? My name is Matt Omega, and welcome back to Let's Play Submachine 7. Last time, we got here to the Winter Palace, as it's called. The Winter Palace and the South Garden. Started exploring our way around and hoping to be able to find Liz, who we'd heard about before and may desperately need the help of now. And the way we're going to need to do that is to be able to call some type of transport to get us to her lab. We've got the transmitter set up to do that, but we need to input a specific combination of symbols to actually call the damn thing. Luckily, we have some help. Alright, so in this episode, we're going to start looking for all those symbols. Alright. Back to the garden. So, that's the wrong one. Basically, this little map here correlates with the map of the garden. And wherever these points are, that is where we'll find the correlating symbol to that number as part of the symbol combination. So, let's start going through. Now, this one's broken, so we don't know which one this is. But we know that this symbol's here, so we will need to keep that in mind for when we come back. I love this tree! Giving so much love to a tree. But the plaza here is over in location 1. That being this symbol. So we'll need to keep that one in mind. Also over this way, we have this symbol here, which we can find the map, is location 3. Alright, so another one was a little bit of a complex one with a 3/4 of a circle with a few other lines in it. This one is a rather simple one. This one's number 3. I'm wondering if I should go and input those now before I forget them. Yeah, I think I'll do that just so my memory doesn't give out, and I'll cut back here so we can keep exploring. Alrighty, now we've done that one. Oh, we were just here. Alright, this one then. So this one is location number 5. This is the one with the monolith. This is where we want to use that glowing box, because we've got a little square-shaped hole there, so we'll chuck glowing blocks in there. And there's our symbol. So this was location 5, yeah? Yeah, 5. So we got is pretty much most of a circle. As much as we can possibly get. And this one here is location number 2. This is the one with a huge tree. But we're going to need to use a karma portal from within the palace to actually get to the other side of it. So come back through here so we can get to that portal, and I'll input this symbol while I'm here. It was that one. Alright, so now where's that portal? Was it this one? Nope. I think it was the 4th door. There we are. So symbol number 2 is this one. Actually, another really simple one. There we go. Which just leaves symbol number 4, which is where the broken map is. Yeah, I can't actually remember which symbol that was, so we're going to go and take a look. Okay, so pretty much 3/4 of a circle on opposite sides. Alright, and with that we have our combination of symbols. Easy as. That was that one. Let's switch. And we've done it. So now we can finally make our way up to Liz's lab. And I'm going the wrong way. Hopefully we'll get some answers. Full level. Alrighty. There's a gap there, we can't reach that ladder. Alrighty. That leads... This switch. Yeah, this switch. There we go. What's down here? Nothing, but it looks like something goes here. We try the light bulb. Alright. Well, that was a waste. It's alright. There's a secret there. We'll find it. Alright, let's see. It's no wonder they wanted to bury this whole lighthouse with him still inside. The collapsed death toll was growing exponentially. So this is kind of leading back into Murtaugh's experiments with his portals. Remember how we had that note before from Liz saying that his experiments with them were kind of tearing the fabric of reality around them apart? Where is it? Yeah, they're shattering the fabric of this dimension. And Murtaugh was neglecting that fact just so he could keep experimenting with them. So, you remember what's actually in the lighthouse? A giant-ass portal. Made out of the lighthouse's light. If these little portals were doing this kind of damage here, there's no telling what a portal of that size could be capable of. So, to try and stop him from causing that kind of damage, someone wanted to bury the entire lighthouse with him still inside. It's dark, but he was kind of messing with forces he shouldn't have. Now, this is actually... It's kind of a good callback. This is the same notes that we found back in Submachine 2 in the little red room down in the sewers. The one that we first got mention of Elizabeth. Him talking about him creating his portals. And here, we can finally see Liz's reply. Dear Murtaugh, I understand your desire to build another karma portal within the lighthouse. I urge you not to do this. Once you leave the core, no one knows where you'll end up. The outer rim is endless. No one knows what types of mutations the submachines grew out there. I will take care of Einstein, but remember this. Once you step through that portal, you can never go back. The core will be forever lost to you. Which tells us that the lighthouse is located somewhere within the core. Which also means that the root is located somewhere within the core. So maybe that had something to do with it. The root was not the first submachine, so apparently they started occurring on their own somehow. So maybe the fact that we made our own submachine within the core was triggered some kind of reaction there. I don't know, I'm kind of just speculating here. There's a lot of gaps that we need to kind of fill on our own. But that's part of what makes the story of this series so great. There's just not really loose ends, but a lot of things that are left vague enough that you could theorize just about anything you want, really. Alright, well... Someone has been shooting the shit out of the ship. Yeah. This karma portal. Make our way up. What's this? I finally understood how they can mimic the structure of the subnet within a garden. They didn't have to mimic. They were already living inside the subnet. Which is the pretty much the confirmation that where we are now, the Winter Palace and the South Garden, already existed within the core of the subnet. Now, we're still not too sure on how the garden got there, but the Winter Palace at least was built by the same guy who built the lighthouse. And it became part of the subnet. It's a submachine now. Which is one thing about submachines that I haven't really mentioned. Now, really there are two kinds of submachines. The ones that were made by us and the ones that just happened to be there. And there's a distinct difference in aesthetics between the two. The ones that were already there are a lot more simplistic and repetitive in design. Like the loop and like the basement. A lot of other submachines look like they could have been built by human hands. Like, the root is one specifically made to be a submachine, but a lot of other places aren't. That's because they were, like, kind of brought in to the subnet. They were absorbed into it. So, whether or not it's the case with the South Garden, not too sure, but it seems to be the case with the Winter Palace, and now definitely the lighthouse. Anyway. I can hear Murtaugh breaching the defenses on my ship. It's high time for me to leave this dimension. What, you need to leave an entire dimension? Wow. That is, yikes. I'm sorry I couldn't wait for you any longer, but I fear that with one more karma portal placed, this dimension will collapse entirely. I know what he wants to do. I know why he came back to the core. He's after those who buried him alive inside that lighthouse. I have to warn them. I have to get to the 5th layer. I wish you could follow me, but I only have one rescue pod left. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Well, shit. And that's not the only thing I'm saying oh shit about, because I just realized I missed a token somewhere. Here's a 4th one. Now, where did I forget one? Also, it's important that you pulled this lever. Just take my word for it. Alright. So, I know I say this game's my favorite, but it doesn't mean anything for my memory. Where did I miss that secret? But I should mention that now that we've opened this up and pulled that lever upstairs... Oh, come on. Or was that not the right lever? Is there even another lever up there? No. Pull that lever. Alright, you heard that sound effect. Meaning that back down this way, this is opened up. There's a karma portal here. But I'm not coming back until I find that last secret. Question is, where the hell did I leave it? Oh! I just remember where it is. It is in one of these. It's behind the... Yeah, behind this little broken pillar here. There's our last secret. Alright, now back to the ship. Back down here. Alright. Yeah, through the karma portal. Welcome to the super secret bonus section. Congratulations on finding this place. You can read my commentaries on the creation of this game. If you found the tokens, that is. Thickening, December 2010. Alright. So this game's 7 years old. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so these tokens we'll use to activate these, viewing things. Right, in here. Oh, these ones. Those drawings were done by me while studying architecture back in the day about 12 years ago. I held on to these because they seemed nice and I thought I might use them for something one day. Well, what do you know? They ended up in Submachine. That's one thing I also haven't mentioned about Matthieu Skarnik. He studied to be an architect. He went to university for architecture. Now he makes visual novels and flash games. But he still considers himself an architect in a sense. He's building these worlds, these stories. Which, you know what? It's really cool. You can find many references and small tributes to things I like in the Submachine world. Blue energy lines are a homage to Tron. Good thing I mentioned Tron last episode, eh? Dimension layers, Night Watch by... I can't pronounce that. The mushrooms, the Amanita Design Studio, and so on. You can try and find more and comment about them. Cool. Skarnik was very in touch with his fans throughout the development of the series as well. He even answered a few questions here and there. Very vaguely, but he answered them. These... Deep sea or deep cave forms of life have one thing in common. Fluorescence. It appears in environments lacking sunlight. Besides being a nice eye candy, that concept fits in perfectly with the Submachine universe. And that actually makes a lot of sense, because... as much as it doesn't seem like it sometimes, everywhere we've explored is technically underground. That, naturally, is a real garden. It is Versailles, near Paris in France. The Garden of Versailles occupied part of what was once the Domaine Royal de Versailles. The royal domain of the Chateau of Versailles. The only real word I know how to pronounce is Versailles, because... history in high school. That was modern history, and I hated modern history. Ancient history is where it's at. Anyway, the last one. Murtaugh's karma portals are shattering this dimension, as I am shattering your expectations of what Submachine really is. In this episode, I feel I pushed the story further than any previous one. We're speeding things up. There are only 3 episodes left to go. great things ahead of us. Happy holidays, everyone. Matuskanik, December 15th, 2010. Very nice. Alright, but now that we've done all that, may as well get out of here. The question is how? I mean, Liz left in the only escape pod she had left. Well, I kind of neglected to talk about the big green elephant in the room here, considering that, well, when I realized I've forgotten some secrets. But, that right there is a giant-ass karma portal. And, we really shouldn't be using these things because of what effect they may have, but it looks like it's gonna be our only way out. And now that we've seen what these things are capable of and what Murtaugh's planning to do, we may want to do exactly that, considering that, this is probably the only way to chase after him. So, let's go. Alright, and we're done. Well, a lot of stuff's been revealed here. About, just the state of things, what Murtaugh's up to, what he's done, and what he's capable of. There's a lot of things been set in place here just to kind of cement Murtaugh as the bad guy and all this, and well, that's kind of what you get for trying to experiment with things that seem to be mostly out of your control. I mean, he can kind of control it, but you saw the results anyway. But we'll just have to see what else we can uncover and what else we can find out next time when we play Submachine 8, The Plan. The first title so far that's not actually the name of a location in the series. How about that? But in any case, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time guys, my name is Matt Omega, and I'll see you guys later.